Alright, so one of my most well-received videos was my videos on teaching in China. So I thought I'd give a little introduction to what my daily life is like teaching here in China. Now, my info is going to be about the kindergarten that I teach at. Some other kindergartens are a bit different. And also, if you guys receive this video well, leave a lot of comments or have more questions, I'll do another video where I collab with friends about training centers, international schools, and all of that. So first but foremost, let's show off my kindergarten classroom. So quickly you see here, we have some eating areas, our kitchen I guess, the washrooms there, a little bit of a play area here and back there. We got the desk that I work at sometimes, but usually the Chinese teachers use that the most. AC unit for those hot summer days here in Guangzhou, and then the overall classroom. You can see the kids store their bag over there, and then right here we have our Siwu. The Siwu is a computer pretty much. It's like a smartboard but better. It does everything a computer can do. It's just touchscreen and a great tool to have in the classroom. So let's start off with how many classes I have. So at my school I'm considered more of a homeroom teacher. I have 2 classes only. I split between 1 class in the morning and 1 class in the afternoon, and then the next day it rotates. And then every term it switches because you got Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and so on. So yeah, that's what it's like. So like I said, I have 2 classes, and those classes are split between either a phonics class or a readings class. Now some other schools, my friends and people I know, they have anywhere between 4 to 7 classes a day. And the classes they have can be a vocabulary class, a phonics class, and a reading class. The reason that I don't have a vocabulary class is because the kids learn vocabulary through the phonics and the books, along with the immersion with being with a foreign teacher all day long. It's, they pick up on it. So we don't really focus on phonics per se just through those cards. We focus it in a whole circle of things. Now, let's talk about the full day of work. So in the morning, I usually show up at work around 7:30. We don't have to be here until 8, but I want to get some stuff done ahead of time if I haven't already planned it throughout the week or months in advance. So I get here around 7:30, relax a bit, get things together, and then I go down to the front foyer area, the area that the kids come in. I meet the parents, I meet the kids, I say hello, and we get them ready for school. By 8:10, we're doing a morning dance. We only have to dance to 1 song, and it's a new song every month. But the Chinese teachers do a whole bunch of other dance. Then we bring the kids up, and by 8:30, they're sitting down at these tables. The lifestyle teacher's there getting the food ready, and they eat breakfast until 9 o'clock. Technically, 8:50 to 9, I'm supposed to do circle time, but some days I get it out and some days I don't. And usually circle time, I talk about current situations, what's happening, holidays, self-expression, and just other stuff that's good for English communication that we don't teach during the class time. Then between the periods of 9 and 12, I'll have my 1 English class. The Chinese teachers will have one of their classes, and we also have a PE class. I teach PE for my class on Monday, Thursday, and Friday, which is a fun thing. So I guess I do have more than just 2 classes a day. I do have that PE class, but that's just for me doing 20 to 30 minutes of fun exercises for kindergarten level, and then letting them have free play. So we do things like basketball drills, soccer drills, or football if you're from the UK, red light, green light, what time is it, Mr. Well, you can think of it, any kindergarten game you played when you were a kid, we try to get outdone here. And then lunchtime comes around 11:30, kids are sitting down eating. By 12, I'm off to lunch, and I have a 2.5-hour lunch break. Back at 2:30 to help the kids wake up. And then by 3 o'clock, they have our final English class, the class that was in the morning. I leave and I go to the other class in the afternoon. And then by 3:30, we're pretty much done. We're chilling, we're hanging out, and 4 o'clock, the parents pick them up. 4:30, we're sitting down in the office for the rest of the day, and 5, we get to leave. So that's the main thing about my day. That's the whole day from pretty much 8 until 5 are working hours. Now let's talk about the levels of education. So in my school we have 4 levels. In most kindergartens they have 4 levels. They just all have different names. We have pre-K, K1, K2, K3, but I know my other friend's school has nursery, pre-K, lower K, and upper K. They're just naming it in different levels, and it's anywhere from like 2-year-olds to 6-year-olds, right? That's the age range. Now when it comes to the education, what we're teaching in class, I do have some teaching materials here for my class today. But For the primary levels, normally you would teach a vocabulary word or a phonics. For our phonics, you're more teaching the letter. I like to introduce the phonics, like go a, and make a song or a rhyme with it at that level, just to get it into their heads, because they're so young, and I mean, they'll absorb anything. Even though it can be tricky, usually longer sentences are going to be the tricky thing. So you have your phonics or vocabulary level at that low age, and then you'll have a story or reading time. Obviously, 2-3-year-olds can't read, so you do a story time. You get them to memorize a song or say after you. When you get to the K1 level, that's where phonics really comes in. You learn letters A to Z throughout the semester, and maybe 4 vocabulary words that go with it. So like ant, ant, right? Simple words like that. And then you'll have a simple story that's maybe 4 to 6 words long, sentence structure. The kids will learn to repeat that, but they're still not learning really to read. They're just learning to form sentences. Now K2 is the level that I'm in right now. I love my class, they're really good. Last year when they were in K1, one of the classes was really naughty, but over time they've gotten better, so you know, the discipline and classes started to flow well together. So I'll show you kind of what my stuff is like. First, beginning of the semester, we started with knowing the short sounds of the phonics. So, you know, short sound A, E, I, O, U of the vowels. So like short sound A, y, ak, yak, right? It has a picture, and then it has the flashcard there. Then we moved on a few weeks later, and then we started using phonics blends. So like m, an, man. So an sounds like an. This type of stuff, right? I'm teaching that all the time, and the kids love it. They pick it up. And last but not least, the stories, right? The stories have a lot of good English in it. The story here, I just make flashcards. It says, "I have a big apple." The other flashcard will say, "You can have half of my apple." Main thing in K2 is the kids learn to read and point with their finger at the words, and they start to learn sight words. Then when you get to K3, you're learning long sounds of the vowels. So like, you know, 2 E's together sound like E. All the long sound vowel sounds, more phonics blends, and then the stories become even more hard, more difficult. They have a lot more English and sentence structure in it, and the kids pretty much are learning to read by then. So by the time they're at a kindergarten, they have learned to read. Now, one of my coworkers just walked in to grab a water bottle. I forgot to mention my students are currently at one of their PE classes. They have American football. On our roof here, there's an American football field, or at least a miniature one. So my Tuesday and Wednesday PE classes, 2 different classes that I'm with, they go up and they have some Chinese coaches there teaching them to play American football. And obviously it's flag football. Don't want to have kindergartners tackling each other, but they learn to catch, they learn to run routes and all this type of stuff. It's pretty cool. I love American football, so I mean, it's a cool thing for me to see. But okay, the main thing I'm going to get to about teaching in the kindergarten, it's all about pace and games. Pace and games. You need to be able to go fast, and be enthusiastic. I see myself here as a WWE superstar. I have lots of energy, I'm enthusiastic, I get the kids going, I get them excited, and then if I see them getting bored of a game or, you know, bored of the certain material, I switch it up. I'm able to switch on a dime like that and go to the next game, try something new all the time. If you don't have fast pacing, the younger level kids have a short attention span. They're going to lose it very fast. And my classes are only 25 to 30 minutes each, which is really short. So I need to cram in this material and make sure they remember it and recognize it right away. So you have to be very creative. I mean, there's tons of other YouTube channels that show you many great games. And even if I try a game at first and the kids don't learn it, sometimes it takes 2, 3, 4 times playing a game for the kids to fully pick up on it and be able to bang it out. So main thing I suggest, if you're coming to China to teach at a kindergarten, you get to know a ton of games and you understand pacing, because that's what's really going to keep the discipline in the class and keep the class from running out of your hands. So I hope this video has been very informative, and I hope it's helped people that are thinking about coming to China to teach, or maybe just Guangzhou or anywhere else, and are thinking about going to a kindergarten and have no idea what to actually expect at the kindergarten level, because this is one of the jobs that are more available. I mean, there are training centers too, but I wouldn't work at a training center anymore. I really enjoy the kindergartens. And yes, in the future, I will be changing from the kindergarten to an international, but that's when my life changes up a bit. That's when my daughter hits around the age of 6, 7. When my daughter's going into primary, then I'll move over and take my skills to an international school. I already have one in mind. I've already talked to a few people there. The salary and everything else is actually better. The benefits is better. The holidays are longer, but it does entail more work and more time out of my daily schedule. The kindergarten life here is relaxed. It's chill. Like, I'm just gonna finish up some lesson plans right now while the kid's still up at football. I got about 45 minutes left to do so. But yeah, anyways, I hope this video's been very informative. Hope you guys enjoy how my kindergarten looks here. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my day, and till next time, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me more videos you want me to do on this China channel, whether it's about teaching or just vlogging, well, you know what. Until next time, guys, take it easy. Oh, and if you have, spare change, buy me a meal. Link below, buymeacoffee.com. It would really help. And thanks to a few people that have already, bought me a $5 meal. So, once again, until next time, take it easy.